All right, so today we're going to be talking about consistencies for icing. This is my base right here. I just took it out of the mixer. We have our stiff peaks here. At this point, if you are going to color your icing, this is when I like to do that just before I thin it out. I'm going to be using white icing, so I'm not coloring this. We just need our bowl of icing and a bowl of warm water. I like to just use a teaspoon here. So what we do is we just start adding little bits of water at a time. We're gonna mix that up, see where that takes us, and then add some more water. I always like to start with just little bits of water because you can always add more water, but you can't take it away. So right now I am looking for a piping consistency, so I can already tell I'm gonna need more water, but I like to fully incorporate this first before I add more. So let's see, I'm gonna add another teaspoon here, maybe a little bit more. Mix this up here. And you can see how that little bit has completely changed how smooth this is, the thickness of it. So this right here, if I'm gonna do an outline of a cookie, this is about what I'm gonna wanna use for an outline. Doesn't drop off the spatula here. Kind of stays, plops off. Almost like, I would say maybe almost like a pudding consistency. But this is what I would use to outline the cookie if I'm gonna outline before I flood. I like to just flood it all at once, but I know a lot of times for beginners, it's easier to outline the cookie first before you flood instead of just using a flood only. So now I'm gonna add a little bit more here to get to the flooding consistency. Mix this up. And we want something that's loose enough that it will go back to its shape easily, but we don't want it to be too runny that it's gonna run off the cookie. So we're kind of looking for something maybe like a honey thickness, something like that. So this is almost like what I would want, because if you go like this, see how it kind of flattens itself back out. So I'm just gonna add teeny tiny droplets of more water here. Again, teeny tiny bits go a long way here. So mix this up. And I don't know, can you guys see that? How it's just kind of falls off the spatula and kind of clumps off. This is like what I would use for flooding. I like my cookies to kind of have a poof of frosting. So this would be good consistency for that. Now I'm going to add a little bit more and get to the dipping consistency that I like to use. I don't know if you've watched my other video on dipping, but dipping is good if you're going to be using just a single color on a cookie. Maybe if you have a lot of cookies that you're needing to flood, that's perfect for me. So this, we're getting there. Maybe just a teeny tiny bit more water here. Just mix it on up. And you can see this rolls off even easier than the one that I would use for piping flooding. I like 6-second for doing the dipping. So that's what we're looking for here. And I think that's about what I would use here. So there's no really right or wrong way to do this. Like I say in all my videos, this is just how I do it. I've been doing it for many years. This is what's worked well for me. If you do it a different way, that's okay too. There's a lot of different ways to do it. So anyways, that is what I do for consistencies. It's pretty easy. Once you get a lot of practice, you just kind of have a feel for what exactly works for you. But I can kind of just tell by feel what is going to be the perfect one for what I'm going to be using it for. So if you have any questions, leave a comment and let me know. Thank you.